All right, so let's pretend that this is your guitar, this is your fretboard, and your fretboard only has one string, just like this, all right? So let's also pretend that this is 1 and this is 7. Now, if you notice, 7 is right next door to 1, all right? 6 is 2 down from 7, all right? 5 is 2 down from 6. 4 is 2 down from 5. 3, though, is right next door to 4. Right next door to 4. 2 is right next door. 2 down from 3. 1 is 2 down from 2. All right, there's a lot of numbers. But the one right there and the one right there, they're the same note. All right. So let's try this in another key. Let's say this is 1 now. All right. 7 once again, right next door. 6, 2 down. 5, 2 down. 4, 2 down. 3, right next door. 2 down. All right, a lot of numbers. You get it. There's a gap between 1 and 2. There's a gap between 2 and 3, but there's no gap between 3 and 4. Gap between 4 and 5. Gap between 5 and 6. Gap between 5 and 7. No gap between 7 and 1. You get it? You could do this on your own guitar. All right. This also applies whenever you going up the fretboard too. So let's pretend this is 1. There's a gap between 1 and 2. 2 and 3, there's no gap between 3 and 4. 4 and 5, though, got a gap. 5 and 6 got a gap. 6 and 7 got a gap. 7 and 1 don't have a gap. All right. This is basically how you can begin to learn the number system on your own guitar. All right. And 1 and 1, they're both the same notes. All right. So picture this now. All the notes are labeled, and G is your 1 now, okay? So that means F sharp would be your 7. But that also means that E would be your 6, the open E, all right? But where would the 5 go? There's nothing left. So you got to do it in your head and recalculate it. D is your 5, all right? You see that? You see it? And once again, there's a gap between 4 and 5, all right? But there's no gap between 3 and 4. There's a gap between 3 and 2 and a gap between 2 and 1. You see this, huh? All right. So if you notice when we had to recalculate, there's your E right there. There's your 6. You know, the 6 right there is the same 6 that was right there. You know what I'm saying? But it's just an octave higher. So this is basically how you have to do it if you run into this problem where you're playing too low. Basically what I'm doing right now, I'm just kind of drawing in the rest of the numbers. So you basically get what I'm saying. So this is your G, that's your G, that's your 1, that's your 1. You see what I'm saying?